If you struggle with pain or you struggle with deadlifts in general, watch this next few minutes and we'll take you from bottom to top with exactly how to do it so that you can become the expert in this lift. First thing we want to look at from the floor upwards is our foot placement. What we generally want to do is looking at feet around shoulder width apart. And if we want, we can slightly turn our toes out at a slight angle, which will become clear later on. The next thing we need to take into account is our hip placement. What happens generally with this is people have their hips too low within the movement, which makes it almost like a squat. So if we're looking at it from the bottom, feet shoulder width apart, toes slightly out. If we come into this position here, a lot of people will squat into this position here. So our bum becomes below kind of the knee. You will end up squatting and then you end up pulling the bar over the knees and almost like a squat. What we want to do is when we step up to the bar, we want to have about an inch gap between our shin and the bar. This allows the space for when we then lean down, sit into it, our shins will then touch the bar like so. When we grab the bar, as we come down, as we lean forward slightly, this is our start position. So hips are higher than when we first did it. So our hip is kind of like a 45-degree-ish angle from this position here. When we found our position with our hips and our feet, we'll find yourself around here. So this position here, a lot of people will pull straight from the floor. The next stage of the lift is getting our tension within the bar. So we've got our feet, our hips ready. So when we've grabbed that bar with the hands around shoulder width apart, make sure this is on the outside of the knee. Otherwise we create unwanted friction with the arms and the legs. From here, we imagine we're going to try and bend this bar, creating tension. You may see the back tighten here, and we're looking for a click within the bar. You might also notice the bar moves slightly where we create that tension within the body. If we haven't got that, a lot of people, you'll see the lift with kind of an arch back here. What we want to look at, create the tension, pull the head towards the ceiling, and then from here, the bar is going to come straight up the shins, keep attached to the body, and we lock out everything together. When we finish the movement, it should start in exactly the same position as we started. So as we come down the shins, finish where we started in this position. No hips lower, no hips higher. One more thing I'll add for where we want to put our own body weight and where we want to be leaning. Many people, if they were to create the tension and let go, their body would stay in the same position just here. What we find with our members, if you get into the mindset of creating your tension, rocking your body back slightly, and if you were to let go, your center of mass would want to fall backwards. That's the kind of position we want to be in. However, if we're in here, we create your tension and let go, your center of mass isn't in the exact spot for us to be able to pull. You may be able to pull the weight, but it'll be easier if we create that tension. We can then, tension will fall back. That's where we want to be. So create tension, drive through the legs, lock out at the top. Hopefully this has helped with your conventional deadlift. We will follow up with the trap bar and sumo and all the other kinds later on. But if you're unsure on your current squat, check out the video here and it will take you straight through to it.